Welcome to another edition of the Gravestone Pros here in North Country Memorials. It's gonna be a good day, so come along! A couple years ago, I was driving into the driveway here, drove around and got over to here, and when I looked right here, there was a stone, same kind as that one there, and it was pushed over. Somebody, I think, must have come to kind of turn around here or something, didn't see the stone in the middle of the night, probably, I don't know. Our neighbors sometimes have a lot of people in and out, possibly, somebody that had been visiting them, I'm not sure, but somebody bumped that stone and it fell over, boom, right to here. And of course, scratched, chipped. I was not very happy, to say the least. And the stone was finished, except for it needed artwork yet. So I had to take and call the customer and say, I'm really sorry, but we were working on your stone. We had it mostly done and the sandblast was finished, but not the artwork, and it's gotten some damage. We've got some options. What would you like us to do? And so they were like, yeah, we'll come and take a look and see what's going on. Well, they never came, and I called them again, and they never came, and I called them again. It was pre-need, so they were in no hurry. And finally, I got a phone call from the gentleman about a few weeks ago, and he said, hey, my wife actually passed, so I need to get that stone taken care of and get it done. I said, of course, I understand. Like I had said, it's got that damage. He said, yep, I know. I'd like to come and take a look at it and decide what to do. So here's the stone. And the main concern was there's a big scratch here, and then there's a chip out up here. And I spoke with him, and I offered to take and replace the stone, of course, at my cost and redo it, because that is always an option. So I told him, that's a possibility. We can take and replace it, no cost to you. We'll take care of it if you'd like. I said, also, we got artwork that's going on. We can probably mask some of those scratches, and Dad can incorporate that into the design that he's going to etch on there anyways, and we could kind of cover up stuff like that. Now, with this over here, the chip going to be a little bit harder to cover that up. So I told him, not sure exactly what we can do. We could probably make it better than it looks right now, but that's not necessarily going to be as perfect as I'd like it to be. But he kind of looked at everything and he said, if I could get a little bit of money off on it, or you can just really make it look good, I think I'd rather just have it and have it done rather than doing a whole new stone. Seems a waste to waste this. So that's what we're going to do. Dad has done a drawing up, and the main big scratch that was here and here, those are going to be covered in mountain lines. There's some scratching here, and that's going to become part of the tree in the background and stuff of the mountain. And so it's going to take and cover up a lot of the main issues. And because he was wanting artwork anyways, he was happy to have that done and happy to use the stone. And so this is going to be kind of an interesting project. I'm excited to see, what all Dad will do with it. Something that you'll probably see, hopefully, on the next video. Maybe he'll be showing working on this and etching and getting it all done and seeing how the final product looks. It's going to be pretty neat. But that is a project coming up, and a stone that I thought was going to be basically ruined is going to have a little redemption. So that's always pretty cool. Man, when I flip that paper back, you can really see how dusty it is in here. Dad was working on some woodworking projects. He made us, what did he make us for Christmas, champion? Yeah, Chinese checkers and checkers boards. So that was Dad's Christmas present to all the families this year, and it has made this shop extra dusty. Thankfully, though, my cleaners came, and they did a nice job on this corner here, getting it all cleaned up and looking good. I've had different people clean for us over the years, doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It's nice to have somebody that just comes in, kind of touches the office up, keeps it looking halfway decent. We always have a lot of dust around here, and so it feels like it's just never ending. And so it's nice to have somebody. She comes in once a week with the kids, and they clean stuff up, make it look really good. So I really appreciate her and all her hard work for that. It's really nice. So today I want to talk a little bit about the seasonality of our business. We live in the North Country, and so once the snow comes, the cemeteries are closed. You really cannot get in and out of them, so stones are not being set and foundations are not being done, and they don't even really do burials. I think technically, legally now in New York State, you have to offer winter burials if people want them, but in the rural north here, nobody really does that. I mean, I think technically they have to offer it, but I think they kind of put a price tag on it that makes it prohibitive. People are just going to wait. And so everything slows down for us. There's just not a lot going on. People aren't out in cemeteries, they aren't thinking about it. And it's cold. Who wants to get out and do stuff? Nobody really wants to. So we slow down. Once we hit November, December, things really start to slow down for us. And January, February, normally not a whole lot going on. So we normally have a few months, 3, 4 months. That's a third of the year that we're really not bringing in a lot of sales, not a lot of stuff is going on. And so it starts to get quiet. There's always some production that can be done, but it's the kind of thing where, if you took a couple good weeks and really just got at it, you could probably get everything cleaned up and done. And so we kind of putter with this and with that, and we work on shop projects, that kind of stuff. But for me in the office, I'm looking at that bottom line and there's not money coming in. And so if I'm not super busy, like I haven't been the last few weeks, I have actually went back through and I have a big list of pending customers, people that have come in, and I've sat down and I've done up a drawing with them, kind of gotten them started, figured out what they want, what cemetery are they going to be needing it for, and sometimes it's pre-need, sometimes it's post-need. Somebody's passed away and they come in, but maybe they didn't have money to finish it that day, or they just weren't ready. You never know. And so I try not to really call and bug and pressure people. I don't ever want to be pressuring people, but I had some people in that folder that were from back in 2019, and we just hit 2025 here. So 5, 6 years ago, some of these jobs have just been sitting in there. And so I went through that folder and I made a bunch of phone calls to people and sent out emails to people just saying, hey, I've got your stuff on file here. Are you still wanting to buy a stone, or did you get something taken care of elsewhere, decide to change it? Kind of what's going on. And so that's what I spent a decent portion of my time the last week doing. And I talked to several people that were like, oh, thank you so much for calling. Yes, we do want to do it. We just, we got busy with this or just didn't have money at the time, but now I think we can. Or you find a lot of times estates take a while to settle. And so talking with somebody yesterday, and they're like, oh, good. I think everything should be good. Let's make sure the paperwork's all in order. And my brother said the estate's supposed to settle in the next week or two, and then we should be able to write you a check and get that done. And so it's something where I'm glad that I'm keeping up with people, but I try and really be careful about that line of not putting pressure and pushing people. I don't want to be that guy, and it's hard sometimes because I feel a little silly when I'm the guy that hasn't talked to them since 2019 and I never followed up with them or did anything. It's like, probably best business practices would be to have something in place that I reach out a little more often than that. And so I've been kind of tinkering in my mind with, how to do that. Should I put people on a calendar and like 6 months out, 12 months out, somewhere in there, give another call, or should it be 1 month out? Should I just ask people when they are here, hey, if I don't hear from you in a month, would you like me to call you and follow up on this? Those are things that I could certainly do. And so I'm going to try and get a little bit better at that, keeping track of those pending customers. That way I don't have a folder like I had the other day of like 50 different customers that are all just out there pending. And when they're in that folder like that, the pending customers, that means I haven't gotten any money down or anything from them. As soon as I get money down, they go from a pending customer to a current customer, and then it's just about getting payments taken care of and that kind of thing, which is a little different story. But until I have a signed contract and payment, I don't really consider that they are a customer until that point. So that's kind of how I handle that. Just thought I'd chat a little bit about that with y'all. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Not a whole lot of content working on stones today because we just haven't been working on stones. And that happens. Sometimes we'll have several weeks where just not a lot of production gets done. So hopefully we'll be getting into a little more of that soon. Thank you guys for coming. We will see you all next time.